Here at the Gimnasio Eskrima, the Welsh 15 are about to play the first match of their Argentinian tour against the champion club Belgrano. And you at home may remember that Belgrano had a very successful tour when they came over to Wales last year. This year they had really to fight to become champions. In contention also were Cuba, the Club Universitario Buenos Aires, and in order to become champions, Belgrano had to have an 11-point lead, and they won 17-6. That was the score at half-time, and they held it. The Belgrano side we should be seeing here, 10 were over in Wales last year. Some of the names to look for: Martinez, the centre three-quarter, something of a star, and insists on wearing number 10, so that Forrester, the outside half, will be wearing number 11, and there's Gravin, the captain, number 2, and the hooker.
Bennett to start the game for Wales, and the referee taking his time about this, and here we go. And it may be there was a mark claim there, and in they go for the first ball of the match, and it'll be a set scrum. No, yes, it's a set scrum just outside the Belgrano 25. Half a minute gone. Turner of Ebbw Vale to put the ball in. Wales have it, but not to the referee's satisfaction. And it's a penalty to Belgrano, the first penalty of the match, for the scrummage infringement there. Hugo Rosati receiving the ball, and a nice one there. And a line out on the halfway line. Beautiful sunshine, hardly any breeze at all, and Andy Morgan of London Welsh to throw the ball into the line-out. Turner to Bennett. Dawes the half break, but he's in trouble near his own halfway line. And Belgrano on the attack. Up comes John Williams under pressure for the first time. And a good relieving kick by John Williams of Bridgend, but there was a man in front of the ball, says the referee, and it's a kick or scrum. They're taking the kick. Just over 2 minutes gone, and a case of obstruction there by a Belgrano forward, and Laurie Daniel of Pontypool, the right wing here today, with a chance to put Wales up just after 2 minutes from the start. Laurie Daniel with a kick. Oh, a little bit of nerves there, and it'll be a 25 dropout. Good chance there, gone begging. Martinez to restart the game for Belgrano. And it was Dennis Hughes there with a relieving kick on the Belgrano 10-yard line. Midway inside the Belgrano half, Laurie Daniel with a throw-in, and it's Mainwaring there. And now back to Butler, Butler to Bennett, to Ball, to Dawes. Dawes to Morgan, Morgan through, up to the 25, and Wales on the attack, and a line out inside the Belgrano 25. Belgrano right wing, Cornela with a throw-in. Well taken there by Tahir. And now it's back on the Welsh side. Turner has it to Bennett. Bennett trying a drop goal. Is it there? No, just past the far upright, and it'll be a 25 dropout. Just over 8 minutes gone, and Frank Forrester, the third generation Englishman here in the Argentine, with the dropout. Halfway. And here's Turner with it now. Turner going through on his own. Well done, Turner. And now here's a chance for Wales. Can he give it out? Williams up in attack there, and Daniel coming up, but a good attacking move there, and good open play by Glyn Turner of Ebbw Vale, the scrum half. Nine minutes gone. Gravin with a put-in. Straight back there to Forrester. And here's Laurie Daniel underneath it. Oh, and that's the second bad thing Daniel has done. He failed with a penalty earlier on, and it's a knock-on. Advantage allowed. And we'll have a set scrum just inside the Belgrano half. The Belgrano back row with their feet just outside their own 10-yard line. There's a quick heel for you, but up comes Turner and we'll have a line out. 10 minutes gone, no score. Wales playing from left to right and Laurie Daniel with a throw-in. Right to the back there. Gray there. And now we're just outside the Belgrano 25. Can the Welsh forwards get it back? And now it's out. Bennett with it. Bennett nicely through over the 25 and Phil Bennett with a great run. Gray with it. And up there goes Lloyd. Butler's there too and Wales have scored. No, it was a knock on and it'll be a set scrum. Dawes was up there but the referee, Signor Tossi, adjudged a knock on and Wales showing the ability to throw the ball about now. Grathin with it and the put in. Back this time to Forrester and a good relieving kick there. No, he hasn't gained the ground he wanted. And it'll be a set scrum again. No, a Belgrano man is hurt. On the Belgrano line, Andy Morgan with a throw in for Wales. And let's have a set scrum, says the referee. No, it's a penalty to Belgrano for a line-out infringement there. The Welshmen retire and Belgrano very glad of this chance of relief. Escobar with a kick, giving it to Rosati. John Williams, but he can't prevent it. A quick throw in there to Phil Bennett. Phil Bennett now off on his own again, over the 10-yard line. Little Phil Bennett. Great run by Bennett. He's on his own there now. Gives it inside, and it's Morris with it. And is Dennis Hughes going up, and he must score. Dennis Hughes has scored for Wales after 12 and a half minutes, after a great opening by Phil Bennett. John Dawes with a conversion. 5-0 it is, and 13 minutes gone. Wales 5, Belgrano 0, and Martinez to restart the game. Baxter to Daniel. Daniel not having a happy game so far, and it's a knock-on set scrum inside the Welsh 25. Look O'Grathin, one of the two brothers. Nicely back there, and it's Escobar going around on the blind side and a line out on the Welsh 25. Laurie Daniel with a throw in. Grathin, Forrester, Escobar, Martinez. Martinez with a kick, John Williams just inside his own 25. And he gives it inside there very nicely to Andy Morgan, and he relieves, and the play comes outside the Welsh 25. At the back of the Belgrano line there is Lojola, one of the flankers, and in front of him number 7, Ellison. And it's Ellison going up there for it now. Back to number 2 there, Pancho Grathin, the captain and hooker, and it's offside, a penalty to Belgrano, and now they've got another chance to make it 5-3. Hugo Rosati, the Belgrano fullback, with this penalty, 5 points down at the moment, and he too kicking with the instep. Suburban train passes and Rosati with a kick. It looks good, and it's there, 5-3 after 27 minutes. Wales 5, Belgrano 3, and Phil Bennett to restart the game. Wales 5, Belgrano 3, Bennett to restart the game. And it was Tyre under it there, number 4, just outside his own 25, and we'll have a set scrum. Only 2 points in it now, and Turner with a put in for Wales. Turner into the scrum, Wales have it. Out comes Gray, and Turner going through on his own. Gray coming up to help him, but out in the way. Dennis Hughes there, on the halfway line, and Hughes! Well played, Hughes, back to John Dawes. John Dawes with a kick this time, and a good relieving kick by John Dawes, and up to the Belgrano 25. Ernesto de los Carreras with a throw-in. Gray is hampered there. Referee says penalty, and no doubt about that one at all. Gray was very definitely hampered from the long line out there, and Wales now with a chance to make it 8-3. John Dawes with his penalty just outside the Belgrano 25. It's good, and it's 8-3. Martinez, the centre three-quarter, wearing number 10, to restart for Belgrano. John Lloyd, and played just on the Welsh 10-yard line. Tony Gray there, just outside the Belgrano 25. Gray still with it. On the Belgrano 25, middle of the field. Now they've got it back at last. Dave Morris there, pulled up on the Belgrano 25. And now Turner has it to Bennett. Glenn Ball with it. Ball going through, and he's through again. Dawes coming in the inside. John Dawes with a great run. Inside there now, and Wales very nearly scoring, but it'll be a set scrum right in front of the Belgrano posts. And that's half-time, and Wales lead by 8-3. A try scored by Dennis Hughes, converted by Dawes. A penalty for Belgrano by Rosati after 27 minutes, and a penalty by Dawes for Wales after half an hour to make the half-time score 8-3 to Wales. Luco Gradin to restart the game for Belgrano, 8-3 down, and it was significant that the Belgrano side spent half-time in the shade. The Welsh players stayed out in the middle of the field. The temperature still in the round about the 70s, but there's a breeze blowing, and what there is of it is behind Belgrano. Down there to Daniel, and what breeze there was affected that kick of Daniel somewhat, and we're midway, Welsh 25, halfway line. De los Carreras with a throw-in. And Gradin there, the hooker to Forrester. Nice one, but up comes Andy Morgan. And Andy Morgan now going through over the 10-yard line. Up comes John Dawes, but he can't get it, and it'll be a line out outside the Welsh 25. Number 16, Andy Morgan of London Welsh, on the left wing for the Welsh 15 here in Buenos Aires. Mainwaring going through on his own. Let's have the backing. Now can he get it back? Good push here by the Welsh forwards. Turner waiting for it, he gets it. Turner with an up and under over the Welsh 10-yard line. Up comes Dawes underneath it. Doesn't get it back to Bennett. Bennett this time with a good kick. And Rosati will have to chase that. Up comes Andy Morgan. And it's a panic move there by Carlos Cornile to put the ball out of play, and a good attack there by Wales. Inside the Belgrano 25 now. Andy Morgan with a throw-in. Right to the back to Tony Gray. Gray can't get it. It's Lojola who's there. Inside the Belgrano 25. Turner waiting for it. Gets it. Turner to Bennett. Bennett to Dawes. Dawes to Ball. Up comes John Williams for the extra man. John Williams back to Glenn Ball. Glenn Ball going through on his own. Ball's going to score. No, he's over. It's a try to Wales. It's a try to Wales after 2 minutes of the second half. Glenn Ball coming up there and scoring to make it 11-3. John Dawes on the 25 to try and make it 13-3. Conversion of Ball's try. It looks good, but no, it's wide, and 11-3 after nearly 3 minutes play in the second half. Martinez, the centre, with number 10 on his back to restart the game. John Lloyd under it, and bundled out of play, and it'll be a line out outside the Welsh 25. Laurie Daniel of Pontypool with a throw-in. Short one to Gale. And well played there by Verardo and Gradin, the hooker. And he was held back there, and it's a penalty to Belgrano, but not in a very kickable position. That's the Welsh 25. And Rosati coming up after 14 minutes of the second half, trying to make it 11-6 with a difficult one. And the inevitable train in the background. It's a good one, but no. John Williams fields, and it's a 25 dropout. Hello, what's happened? There was a forward. John Williams passed it forward, and I see Williams was in the wrong there. He passed it forward, thinking he was playing it after a conversion. But maybe Williams thought it had gone over the dead ball line. Anyway, the referee has ordered a scrum 5. One of these. It didn't look to me as though it had gone over the dead ball line. I think maybe Williams was wrong there. And it's a try for a pushover, and it looks as though the referee said offside against the... No, they're on their own line. They can't be offside. And what's happening here? He's going over to Andy Morgan and giving a penalty to Belgrano for offside against Andy Morgan. It's Rosati again, this time in a far more kickable position to try and make it 11-6. Rosati, the Belgrano fullback. (11-6) it is. Phil Bennett to restart the game. John Lloyd and a line out. Morgan to the line out. Dennis Hughes with it to his clubmate Turner. Turner going through on his own. Bennett's up there too on the Belgrano 10-yard line. And a set scrum there. Number 2 there, Baxter, and it's a penalty against him in the middle of the field, quickly taken there. Up comes Forrester. It's a Gary Owen up to the Welsh 25, and Turner beautifully under it, and a lovely relieving kick by Glyn Turner, the Ebbw Vale inside half, up almost to the halfway line. Under these warm conditions, there might be bellows to mend in the Welsh pack, but they've lasted very well. It's very warm, but they've done very well, and they've had the measure of this Belgrano pack for most of this game. But Belgrano on the attack now. Forrester there going up, so is Gravin, and Phil Bennett going through on his own now. He's given it out there. A ball is there. John Dawes with a nice little jink, and it's a good try by Wales after 23 minutes. Bennett was there, so was Dawes, and it's 14-6. John Dawes to attempt to convert his own try. Number 6 there. It's over, and it's 16-6. It's a quickly taken one there by Forrester, right up to the corner there, and ball is underneath it, and he touches down. Drop out to Wales. Phil Bennett running as though he's got a bit of a limp to restart the game, but he's had a very good game. Leaves the 25. Up there is Norman Gale, and we'll have a set scrum just outside the Welsh 25. Grathin to put it in. Wales have it against the head again, the 6th time in this game, and they're wheeling and taking it, and 3 of the Welsh forwards going up there, and it's Gray going up on his own. Tony Gray, they'll never catch him. Rosati comes across, but a great piece of individual work by Tony Gray, and Wales have made it 19-6 after 32 minutes of the second half. John Williams with the attempted conversion, and it's past the far post, and it stays at 19-6 with 7 minutes left for play. Martinez, the centre, of whom we haven't seen much today, to restart the game for Belgrano, and the Argentinians a little slow coming up. A lot of the heart has gone out of them now with a 13-point lead by Wales, and it's a set scrum outside the Welsh 25. Three trains all going at the same time. Two one way and the other, as Grathin puts the ball in Welsh territory. Belgrano have it. Grathin on his own. He's in trouble. And a good bounce there for Belgrano and a line out on the Welsh line. And that's the score with just under 4 minutes left for play. The shadow's long and the minutes closing. And we're inside the Welsh 25. And one of the Belgrano forwards is being made to leave. He's injured, and much against his will, he's taken to the touchline. I don't think oh dear. Well, anyway, they're leaving him there, and the trainers rushing round from this side of the field. De las Carreras to the line, and here's a chance for Belgrano, and a lovely run through there by Forrester, and a great try. Martinez makes it 19-9 in the closing minutes of the game. 19-9 at the moment. 19-11 it is. Just about 2 minutes left for play. Bennett to restart the game. 19-11, Wales lead. And a good rush there by the Welsh forwards. And Mainwaring in a little bit of trouble there. Sir Norman Gale, and that's the last Gale warning of this game. And the referee gives a penalty there. Quickly taken. Forrester coming up to the Welsh 10-yard line. There's Baxter with it. And Belgrano really fighting back now, but John Williams with it beautifully. And a good relieving kick by John Williams. And a foot in touch there by Aparicio. Quick throw in. Bennett's after it. And there's Tony Gray again, and this Gray can move. Tony Gray beautifully there. Dave Morris going through on his own. Why didn't he pass it out? But Dave Morris is still there. Tony Gray again, and he makes it 22-11. A second try for Tony Gray, and a great fight back by Wales there. And it's John Dawes, the skipper, to see if he can make this 24-11 with the final whistle about to go. It's there, 24-11 to Wales. And that's the final whistle, and Wales have won their first game of their Argentinian tour by 24 points to 11 against Belgrano. A good game, well refereed, and the Welsh side must be very happy indeed with the first game of their tour.
But the Welsh victory was very quickly forgotten when we heard that night of the death in hospital of Michael Cole, the 25-year-old Belgrano second-row forward, who left the field shortly before the end of the game. He was one of the party of tourists who were over in Wales last year. Some of you may have known him, particularly those of you in Penarth, in Bridgend and Llanelli. And we feel sure that you at home in Wales would want to be associated with us here in South America in the message of very sincere sympathy that we have sent on behalf of the BBC team in Buenos Aires to the family and friends of Michael Cole.